So I definitely wanted to do a build that featured the new bunk beds because, only took 6 years to get them, but hey, they're here now. So I made this house for a family of five, two parents, and then I assumed the children would be triplets. I wasn't really sure what age I wanted to make them, but I ended up going probably preteen-ish. There's no child-specific toys in the house, but there are like some stuffed animals, so that's probably the age gap they were in. The amount of roofing I have to cut from my videos is insane. Like, I am not good at them, I'm just good at editing the sequence, I think. And it still takes forever. But yeah, I decided to voice over today's video. I don't know, okay, so I have anxiety, so doing voiceovers is really hard for me, but, just like, do it. Why do I make such a big deal out of it? I watch everyone else do it, I can too. I just don't, I don't know what to talk about, I guess. Yeah, there are walls, stairs, backyard. How do people know how to just do backyards and landscaping? I'm not good at it. Like, I don't know what they're supposed to look like. I grew up like in my middle school and high school years. I was in like a middle class suburban cul-de-sac and like no one had backyards. It was just grass. That was it. Like no one even had a pool. I guess houses with little kids had playground sets, but it was the type that we don't have in the game, like the swing, the slide, the sand pit. But yeah, I don't know. No one really had any like flowers unless there was one lady that had a garden, but it was just for vegetables because she used them. So I don't know how people know how to landscape in The Sims. I am not one of those people. I did on this house. Usually I don't do columns or that middle trim, but I thought it made the house look more finished. I don't know. And I kind of went light on the windows, which I liked the look of. It's kind of a basic exterior, but I think it just has that like classic neighborhood vibe to it. And for landscaping, I pretty much always use the debug items. I have Better Build By mod installed in my game. The link for it is in the description box below, but listen, it's like the greatest mod for building houses because it just includes all the debug words are hard. It includes all the debug items in your like normal catalog and they're tagged so you can search for them, you can duplicate them, you can eyedrop them. I mean, it's amazing. If you build houses, I highly recommend getting this mod installed. They have two versions. The one I have doesn't expand the catalog, and then they have one that does expand the catalog. Like instead of seeing the 2 to 3 rows, I think you see five. But you have to choose which one you want. And I don't feel the need to have the expanded catalog. I just like being able to search for debug items and having them appear in the normal categories. So with the triplets, I thought it would be fun to include like 3 bikes for them. They're all different colors, and you'll see when I get to their room, like they each definitely have a different style, which was fun to do. I kind of got to do a lot of mix matching. And this sand, if you place it in your game, you can actually use it as if it's the sand in Sulani. So like you can build sandcastles and stuff, so it's just an extra activity for the Sims to do. That was pretty fun to learn. Oh, and of course the classic bunk beds. Yay! I decided to go with the metal frame ones for this build because they just look more sleek than the wooden ones, I think. I know they take up the same amount of space in game, but visually I think it looks like they take up less room. And I did completely play test the bunk bedroom just because I did end up putting a single tile desk under the lofted bed, as well as some clutter, and it worked when I playtested it. If you do download this house, just make sure to have move objects on before you place it, so that way it should work for you and everything should be placed exactly where I put it, because I did have to move a couple items around, but it was playtested and it did work. Not only the desk, because there's a laptop on the desk, but also the lofted bed. I think as long as you don't place anything on the square with the ladder, it works. I did put clutter items there, but it didn't seem to interfere with anything, so that's good to know. And in their patch notes, they said this was only the first iteration of the bunk beds. So hopefully, when they do patches in the near future, they'll make it so items actually are supposed to go down there. This is where I said I included stuffed animals. Like, I'm not sure what age these kids are really supposed to be, but I figure, like, I mean, hey, I still have a stuffed animal and I'm an adult, so and I liked this item from Debug with the bikes on it. I thought that was really cute. It works really well. I think that's from City Living. Actually, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it worked really well, especially with the 3 bikes. And I did a little bit of cluttering in the room, not too much, and I just included like different styles of items for the 3 different kids. Obviously, nothing is gender specific in this room. It could be girls or boys, doesn't matter. I included a little bit of everything for them. I left the corkboard empty, even though I put like the postcards above one of the beds. I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of made sense. And I love using these lights in children and teens rooms. I think it's just that classic look that all preteens and teens want in their room. The new swatches they added for the posters and pictures too, I love it. I love that they're taking the correct steps towards inclusive words to including different types of people. It's a step in the right direction. They're little steps, and it's taken a long time, but it's a step in the right direction, so I can appreciate that. The color scheme I went with in the master bedroom, it was sort of by accident, but I really like it. The black and the like aqua teal color, I liked it. And I've seen those hanging lights. I think I saw it in one of James Turner's videos. He did it above the nightstand, and I haven't used that yet, so I decided to do it in this build, and I really like the look of it. Like, that's something I think I would like in real life too. I don't know how that would work. You'd probably have to attach them to the wall and then like have them hang out, I guess, but I think it looks so cool. And it leaves space on the nightstand too instead of putting a lamp there. And this little balcony that's off of the parents' room I think is cool because it allows them to like look out into the backyard. And the parents do have their own bathroom, and then there's another bathroom on the second floor that's for the children, and then there's another full bath downstairs as well. So there's 3 full baths in this house, but I figure with 5 Sims, I don't know, it's kind of needed, I think. Especially if you have, like, the triplets being females and they're about to be teenagers, like, man, they each need their own bathroom. Come on, let's be real. I didn't really clutter the bathrooms up too much in this build. I wanted to keep it pretty basic, and my focus was mainly on the children's bedroom, and then you'll see downstairs I did something really cool too that I've never done before, and I just sort of... I didn't see it anywhere, but I think I heard someone else talking about it, and I was like, wow, I really want to try that in my build, so I did. But I did use a door idea from Simlissy? Yeah, I think that's who I saw it on, where she does the open door look using an arch and a door. So you'll see that I did that downstairs, which was pretty fun. But this upstairs is just pretty basic. It's like an activity room with the computer, of course, the keyboard, bookshelf, of course, the chess table. But yeah, it's just, I never know how to decorate extra rooms. Like, it's not a kitchen, it's not a bedroom, it's not a living room, like it's just an extra room, and I always struggle with what to do here. But I figured just basic activity items were needed, especially with so many Sims, like they're gonna need to do things. And I also didn't really know what to clutter the house with. I hate that like our default for clutter is all houseplants, because in real life, like I don't have any houseplants. So it's just weird to me. I guess I don't really have any. I have a lot of wall art, but that's about it. And it's just because it's wall art that I've made. It's not wall art that I've bought or pictures or anything, so I don't know. These are new swatches too on the old Jerry photo. I really like those. I figured those would be either their grandparents' portraits or something. I don't know, it just fit the room really well. This downstairs, I decided to make an open concept from the living room into the kitchen. I didn't do a dining room in this build. I feel like dining rooms are sort of outdated outdated now. I don't know. Like, if you go into people's houses that are new or if they're like redoing their house, no one has dining rooms anymore. Like, you just don't. I don't know, maybe it's because of the pandemic, but I feel like even before that, you just don't really have meal gatherings at houses anymore. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. But yeah, I decided to not do a dining room in this house. I did an island for them to sit at, and then I end up adding a table in the same room, but it's not even like a dining area. It's, I would assume like the kids would just do their homework there, not really eat meals there. Doing this kitchen was fun though. I tried to keep the color scheme pretty basic with just a little splash of purple in the living room area, and then the kitchen I just tried to keep like beige, brown, and white. That worked really well. A lot of these kitchen clutter items I find that I need to size down because it just doesn't make sense for one, the size of the items they're with. Like the pans, if they're not sized down, they're way too big for the stove. But also for the Sims, like the size of the knives and the spoons are longer than the length of the Sims' arms. So I tend to size them down when I use them. And that back, like square area, I figured that's where the kids would mostly come in and out of the house. So I put like their sweatshirts and coats there and shoes. I figured that was the entrance they would use to run in and out. Although I don't think I put a gate on the fence around the pool now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, well, that's something that's easy to add in. This is where I had the most fun. I decided to make an actual pantry. It used almost all debug items. I think there's like maybe less than 5 actual game items here, but I really just cluttered these shelves up. I had so much fun doing this, like, because I feel like in a house this size with this many Sims living in it, they're gonna need some sort of pantry. And I feel like the cupboards don't really hold food. That's just where like the plates go and cups and all that. So adding this, I had fun doing it. It took me a minute to figure it out, but I really enjoyed it. And using the shelf, which is a CC item, just makes doing stuff like this so much easier. It's also linked in the description box down below. All the mods that I have installed in my game, whether they're build related or not, are always linked down below. And they're sort of the ones that I keep in my game regardless of if I'm recording or not. Yeah, I included some empty bottles in with this too because I figured maybe they do some of their own canning or bottling stuff. I don't know. I realized that I forgot to change the swatches on these bottles I'm moving around right now. I meant to have one of each swatch and I just didn't actually go back and change the swatches. Oops, my bad. I also realized I don't think I put an indoor trash can in here. I meant to put one in the pantry on the floor, and I'm pretty sure I just didn't put one in. But that's easy to add in. This is the open door trick I was talking about. So doors snap to walls, but if you build a wall, place a door, and then delete the wall, the door will stay in that open position, which I think just looks really cool. A fun little thing for if you build like a beach house, which I think I'm planning on doing soon, maybe not next, but soon. I have it in my head. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But I just really like the look of it. Sorry for the jumping around a lot in the camera. This is literally how I build houses. Like I'm constantly going back and forth, or I'll see something in the catalog and be like, oh yeah, I forgot this. But I do cut out a lot of me like going back and forth between what item do I want to put here, what chair do I want to put here. Oh yeah, I ended up moving the way the door was angled because I'm not sure how Sims will interact with it, but I think they'll acknowledge it as a real door, so I didn't want it to be in the way of them going out to the pool. I had no idea what to put in this little corner here, so I did an easel because I had put like hand-drawn paintings in the children's room, and then I figured just like a basic sitting area. I don't know. I don't know. I ran out of stuff. This house, open concepts, when the rooms are too big, I blank. I feel like a lot of people do that though. Like you just run out of stuff to put in the area. But yeah, I think I'm coming to the end of the build. This is the house. I really like it. Let me know what you guys think. And also my outro I've switched for the montage, instead of doing just pictures, I've been doing like the actual walkthrough. Let me know what you think about that, because I kind of like doing that better. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!